And again, we're touching lives through the power of worldwide streaming multimedia here on the voice17104.com. Again, the time right now, I believe, is about 12:25. We're joined in the studio by the Vice President of Catalyst. I'd like to welcome Tia Whitaker to the studio today. Sister Tia, how are you on this day the Lord has made?
I'm wonderful. Thank you so much for this platform and for having me on today.
Amen. I believe today we're here to talk about February the 3rd. What is going up? What is going down on February the 3rd that you want to make our listeners and our viewers aware about, ma'am? Please and thank you.
All righty. So I'm so excited. The Central Pennsylvania Coalition United to Fight Cancer, Catalyst, will be presenting our 28th annual Loving Souls and Sweethearts Cancer Education and Chronic Disease Conference. It will be on Saturday, February the 3rd, from 9 until 3 p.m. at the Scottish Rite Cathedral, which is located on 3rd Street, 2701 North 3rd Street, but it's best to come in the rear entrance, which is on 4th Street in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. We are so excited about this event. Folks who want more details definitely can go to our website at www.catalystpa.org for more details. The donation is $25, and we are expecting a wonderful day of education, service awards, knowledge, and just really getting back to understanding about education and how important it is to learn about cancer and cancer issues and also chronic diseases. The topic that we're using this year is carrying the torch to better health, because it's really all of our responsibilities to understand and know that it is important to continue to get this education and know what we need to do and what we need to stay away from and how we need to change our lives in order for our health overall, not just with cancer issues, but with chronic diseases, our health to be better.
That's great. Now, I believe this is the 28th annual event. Now, can you tell us a little bit about the history of Catalyst, what Catalyst stands for, and a little bit about the founder, if you can, please, and thank you.
So absolutely, I would not be alive or here today without my mother, Mrs. Barbara E. Jackson, who is the founder and president of Central Pennsylvania Coalition United to Fight Cancer, Catalyst. Back in '96, she was working at the Department of Health with the Healthy Women Project. And with so many instances of cancer popping up in the Central Pennsylvania region, in folks' families, and we were just connected to so many people who were experiencing cancer diagnoses, and cancer issues, she felt in her heart that she needed to do something on a broader scale than just being, in a small area. So she started the organization, and so many people have come alongside of her to help her. Along with that, me included, and our entire family really jumped in. The entire message was she wanted to make sure that people understood through the message of education, there is hope for prevention and early detection, and that it saves lives. So we're so grateful and thankful for her. She will be, of course, attending our event on February the 3rd. She'll be providing us with remarks and giving us a little bit of history about Catalyst. So again, we're a 501c3 organization. We've been around for over 28 years, and our mission really is to improve the cancer survival rates of ethnic and minority persons in Central Pennsylvania. When she first started, the initial focus was on breast and cervical cancer and prostate cancer, but really has expanded to chronic diseases, because we see the intersectionality between chronic diseases, health, wellness, and cancer diagnosis.
Now, I believe there's going to be some speakers, some profound speakers for that event, and also some awards given. Can you share with us a little bit about the speakers that will be speaking and some of the awards that will be given, and maybe even the sponsors of the event too, if you can?
Sure. The sponsor of our event this year is Highmark Whole Care. They will be there, will be present, and will be available. We're so thankful for their gold sponsorship. when it comes to this program. We will have several speakers. One is Dr. Teresa Lee from UPMC. She'll be talking about hair loss and health. And then Dr. Schramm from Penn State Children's Hospital will be talking about cancers in children. We also have some other profound speakers. Chelsea Johns from Hamilton Health Center will talk about chronic diseases and nutrition. And then Dr. Justin Rosenberger, who has been almost lifelong partner of ours. He is from the UPMC Surgical Associates, and he'll be talking about irritable bowel syndrome and Crohn's disease. And then we also have Dr. Aurelia Dominic from the National Institute of Rural and Minority Health. She'll be talking to us a little bit about COVID and COVID vaccines and what we need to know moving out of the public health emergency, but still staying safe and understanding that COVID is still out there. Respiratory infections are still out there. So lots of good information from her as well. We are also honored to have Reverend Roland Forbes, who will be talking to us about faith and spirituality when it comes to cancer and cancer issues. And he is the senior pastor of the Ebenezer Baptist Church in Lancaster. So we have wonderful speakers and panelists, clinicians, and physicians who will be available also to answer questions. So we're so happy about that as well. Another aspect of our organization is how we honor those who do service in the community. It's always good to give thanks to the folks who are out in the community and who are doing the work. So we have several awards that we'll be presenting. One is the Claude E. Nichols Jr. Medical Award. And Dr. Nichols was a pioneer many, many years ago. He has since passed away, but he did so much in the community when it came to medical care and medical health. So Catalyst thought it would be an honor for him, and it is an honor for this award to be named after him. And it will be this year presented to the Mission of Mercy, which is a mobile free clinic here in Harrisburg. Another one of our awards is the Barbara Davenport Loving Souls Community Service Award that will be presented to Mrs. Lakita Gilmore. And she is a force to be reckoned with here in Harrisburg with all of the areas that she touches when it comes to being out in the community and serving women and churches and organizations as well. We'll also be presenting the Loving Sweethearts Award, which will be presented to none other than Reverend Roger and Patricia Dixon, who I'm sure all of you are quite familiar with. They have so many things and talents that they do, and they're out in the community really providing education about loving souls and sweethearts and about cancer issues and so many other wonderful areas that they touch through their organizations and through their businesses and through their reach out in the community. We'll be presenting the President's Award to Corey Lingenfelter. She's the executive director of Downtown Daily Bread. And literally, she is in the trenches. She is in the streets. Her and her organization, their hands are felt all across central Harrisburg and central Pennsylvania, really, with the work that she does with feeding and clothing and providing assistance to those who are unsheltered or homeless. We also have the Guiding Light Award, and this is one of our newer awards that will be presented to the Catholic Charities Diocese of Harrisburg. They have so many wonderful services and programs from the Evergreen House to the different shelters that they run. They provide direct assistance to folks who are in need in the Harrisburg area. So we'll be presenting that award to them as well. We are excited and really are thankful that we're able to present these much deserving awards to these individuals and to these organizations. So folks can expect, like I said, to have a really good time. There'll be a nutritious lunch. There'll be lots of vendors who will be there, lots of information that will be distributed. And we just are really looking forward to having a good time as we provide this education and life-saving information.
Outstanding. For our listeners and viewers just joining us, we're talking to Vice President of Catalyst, Miss Tia Whitaker, Mrs. Tia Whitaker. We're talking about the 28th annual Loving Souls and Sweetheart Cancer Education and Chronic Disease Conference that's coming up. Is that next Saturday, Tia?
It is. It's here and will be here before you know it. Saturday, February the 3rd from 8 until 3 p.m. at the Scottish Rite Cathedral on North 3rd Street in Harrisburg.
Now, who are you? Who all is invited to come out? And do you have to be a member of Catalyst? Do you have to live in the Pennsylvania or Harrisburg area to be a part? Who's the target audience for this wonderful event?
The target audience is everyone. We want everyone to come and to participate and partake in getting this needed education and information. Our doors, Catalyst doors are open to everyone, whether you're a cancer survivor or not. You absolutely can be a supporter. I myself am a supporter of the organization. We do have a survivor support group within Catalyst, and they meet right along with the entire group. We meet the second Monday of every month at the PA Council of Churches on South Arlington Avenue in Harrisburg from 6 until 7:30, the second Monday of every month. We really need folks to come, not only be a part of Catalyst and help us with the mission of carrying the word to those who are in Harrisburg and central Pennsylvania, but also we want folks to come to this annual conference to make it as great as we have in previous years. This is our first time back in person since 2020. And we really want folks to go onto our website to get additional information and to register. And again, we're open to all. It's www.catalystpa.org. And donation for tickets is $25, and that covers all of your education and your luncheon and your breakfast and all of the information that you'll receive. We're just so excited to be back in person and being able to see and touch those who are in our community so that we have an understanding that through education, prevention, and early detection, we can help other folks save lives and potentially save our own.
I'm glad you shared about the website. Now, can tickets be purchased on the website as well?
They can, www.catalystpa.org. You can click right on the website to get your tickets.
Now, do you guys have any other presence on social media platforms you want to make the listeners and viewers aware of?
We are on Facebook under Catalyst PA, and that's where we share majority of our information. We also have a distribution list. If folks want to provide us with their email addresses, we like to stay in contact with folks that way. Another aspect of our mission is to really make sure that we are in contact and touching folks. And on a monthly basis, we send out about 120 cheer cards. We call it our cheer ministry. And we have dedicated Catalyst members who every month stay in contact through cards and the cheer ministry with folks who have let us know I've had a cancer diagnosis, or I just need encouragement. I'm having a chronic health issue, or I just really like to receive those cards in the mail and I need a word of encouragement. And we're able to stretch out and expand our borders with that area of ministry as well. So folks are able to sign up for that as well. They can let us know with direct message right on our Facebook platform, or they can send us an email at catalystcaresforyou@gmail.com.
Now, as far as sponsors, what is it too late for sponsors? Too late for volunteers or vendors?
It is not too late for volunteers. It is, we are past the deadline for sponsors, and we are past the deadline for vendors. We currently have several vendors who just snuck in under the wire, but we do have a variety of vendors who will be available on that day. If there's a burning desire for someone to participate with the vending, you can still email me at catalystcaresforyou@gmail.com and express your interest.
Now, I know throughout, before we conclude our interview, I know throughout the years that have been a plethora of people that have been honored, and I'm sure you can't name them all. if you could just maybe share maybe two or three more, some of the people that have been honored, been a part of the events in the past as well.
We have honored so many people. I'm trying to think and dig back through my memory bank, but we have honored representatives, we've honored pastors, we've honored churches, we've honored organizations. The one that comes to mind most recent um, was Brother Mickey Minnick from Vicky's Angel Walk.
Yes, ma'am.
He and his organization are located in Mechanicsburg, and they help they help patients, and they have help those who are experiencing difficulties who have received a cancer diagnosis. And we have honored that organization and Brother Mickey in the past. So there's been so many people who have been awarded and honored and recognized for their community service, for their heart, for their mission, and for their work.
No, I remember, and I'm just throw this in there, and I'll leave that at that. Some years ago, you had, what was it, 100 Men in Pink?
We did. It was Real Men Do Wear Pink.
Yes, ma'am.
And it was a fashion show, and you were involved with that. It was a wonderful time. We had a fashion show, and we had our men dressed in pink to really spread the message that real men honor women and support women who are experiencing breast cancer or who may have experienced breast cancer themselves, because there are men who have been diagnosed with breast cancer. So it really was a fashion show to bring awareness to cancer and cancer issues, and that men continuously support women and support each other in this fight against cancer and cancer diagnoses, as well as other chronic diseases. So that was a wonderful time. I'll have to dig up some pictures to see if we have some of those.
Remember, I think my daughter was one or two, and I got to carry her on the stage, and she had her little outfit on. It's always
Yes,
we have a big picture of that on our refrigerator at home. So thank you guys for the opportunity, to take part in that wonderful event as well. Again, for our
wonderful.
viewers, before we conclude, we're talking to the Vice President of Catalyst. Again, Catalyst is the Central Pennsylvania Coalition United to Fight Against Cancer. And we're talking about the 28th annual. Now, all these events, have you been a part of all 28, Tia?
I have all 28.
Wow. So we're talking about the 28th annual Loving Souls and Sweetheart. Again, it's a cancer education and chronic disease conference coming up next Saturday, February the 3rd, 2024. Now, when is the cutoff? Can people get tickets at the door? Sometimes we procrastinate when we shouldn't. People do procrastinate. Will tickets be available at the door?
They will be, but we do encourage folks to go online and register early so that we have a count, because, like I mentioned earlier, we will be providing lunch and a small continental breakfast. So we want to make sure there's seating and prepare for those who have missed the original request. So again, please go out to the website and register. And if you have special requests, please feel free to shoot us an email at catalystcaresforyou@gmail.com.
Oh, fantastic. Now, I'm not sure if there's anything that I missed that you want to reiterate. So if you had about 2 minutes just to give your final plea, for the community to come out at large, all those that are available, can you give us the time, the location, and your final plea to our listeners and viewers to come out and be a part of this wonderful 28th annual event, please, and thank you.
Sure. So again, Central Pennsylvania Coalition United to Fight Cancer, Catalyst, carrying the torch to better health. We will be hosting our 28th annual Loving Souls and Sweethearts Cancer Education and Chronic Disease Conference on Saturday, February the 3rd, 2024, from 8 until 3 p.m. It is sponsored in part by Highmark Whole Care. It will be again at the Scottish Rite Cathedral, 2701 North 3rd Street. We're requesting that you park in the rear. And again, that is Saturday, February the 3rd, from 8 until 3 p.m. We expect to have presentations on cancer control issues, COVID vaccines, cancer in children, nutrition, faith and spirituality, GI issues. There'll be lots of vendors. It'll be a time for us to get together to share education and the importance that early detection and prevention can save lives when it comes to cancer education and as well as other chronic diseases. Folks can go on www.catalystpa.org to register as soon as possible and to also get additional information. If there are additional questions, our email address is catalystcaresforyou@gmail.com.
Fantastic. Again, thank you for this so much needed platform and organization in the central Pennsylvania area. Again, we love Mom. We love your mission. Uh, and again, any way we can support and further help get the word out, we're just a phone call, text, or email away. Again, for our listeners, we've been talking to the Vice President of Catalyst. We're talking about the 28th annual Loving Souls and Sweethearts Cancer Education and Chronic Disease Conference. Again, next Saturday, and the time and the location on that one more time, Tia, please.
From 8 until till 3 p.m. at the Scottish Rite Cathedral, 2701 North 3rd Street in Harrisburg. And we look forward to seeing all of you there.
Thank you so much again for taking time out your busy schedule to join us to share with our listeners and viewers and the world abroad about the fine work that Catalyst is doing, has done, and will continue to do should Jesus be willing and continue to tarry. So thank you. Any closing remarks or comments before we get ready to conclude today?
No, we are just excited to celebrate these 28 years that our president and founder, Mrs. Barbara E. Jackson, birthed this vision and has been working diligently to push forward the message and to push forward that this mission needs to continue. And along with these conferences and along with each of you spreading the word and inviting people to attend and to come and to be a part of our monthly Catalyst meetings, we really, really can make a difference in this area. There are so many folks who have attended these conferences over the years whose lives have been saved because of the information that they received, and other folks who have come alongside to say, you know what, so and so attended one of your previous conferences and helped me get education. So it's really about getting the information and education and sharing it with those around us. So we look forward to seeing you on Saturday, February 3rd, from 8 until 3 p.m. at the Scottish Rite Cathedral for our 28th annual education conference.
Thank you, Atia. We look forward to nothing but good reports and success upon everything you set your hand to do, especially this 28th annual event coming up next Saturday, February the 3rd. So thank you. God
Thank you.
bless you. Enjoy the rest of your day. And
All
we'll
right,
talk.
you too. Thank you so much. What? What about that?